Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, first things first, if you guys hear my voice like go back and forth, like it sounds like I'm moving around, it's because I'm currently watching wrestling, so there might be some times where I just kind of like just spin like how I'm doing right now, just so I can see what's going on TV, because yeah, I'm like, wrestling's been interesting lately, but what is interesting is what is this video or videos going to be about when Just a Robot returns in August? Like I have to say, this is the one time throughout our history where I am curious to see what the next upload's gonna be, because man, I'm saying like since October, and the thing is this, even though we're in March, I'm saying, like, days, weeks, months, it flies by fast. And I'm saying, like, I feel like we're going to look up and it's going to be a year from the moment of when he decided to upload a video that just gave him this crazy universal cancellation. Hold on for 1 second. Just had to unmute the TV and watch. Because they showing Jacob Fatu. I'm like, look, I'm just saying, Jacob Fatu is a little bit more important than doing some Just the Robot stuff. I should have waited, but I'm like, I know wrestling ain't going to go off until after 11, so I don't know why SmackDown, they decide to add the third hour. I'm like, I appreciate it, but at the same time, I'm like, dang, bro, there are at times where I am going to have to, do something content creating related, whether it's recording a video, podcast, TikTok, Instagram, something, but anyways, but no, yeah, overall though, I'm like, I am kind of curious to know what the videos or video is going to be about. And I'm assuming that it's probably going to be one video. Like if I had to guess right here, right now, like it probably will be one video, but is it just going to be him trying to act like nothing is going on? And he's like, oh, I'm just going to wait until all this stuff just blows over, but I'm just going to still continue doing. Because here's the thing. I don't think he's cut out to withstand what he put me through. I don't think he's cut out for that. I personally don't think that he has it in him to continue on going, and he's just getting nonstop dislikes, hate comments. Like he can't have the same career, because I don't know what it was like. Well, I mean, his channel was kind of dying off prior before he did that Cinnabare video, but I would have to say like now, yeah, he's probably getting way more dislikes than likes. So I'm like, unless he can prove me wrong on that, but I imagine like that's what the situation is right now. Every video, probably videos he uploaded before the Cinnabare stuff, and even videos he uploaded after the Cinnabare stuff from his, well, I don't know if he's, I don't think he's still uploading shorts, because I remember seeing it somewhere that he was just going to focus on uploading shorts, and I think he stopped. And so, yeah, I think it's one of those things where I'm like, hey, look, bruh. I think it's probably best. I'm trying to check his channel real quick, but anyways, dang, he lost another 1,000 subscribers. He's currently at 198,000 subscribers. Was he at like 199,000? Like what? It was last time. Okay, I'm trying to think. Last time I checked his subscribers, it was some time ago. It seemed like he was sitting at, because I remember when he hit 199,000, I thought like that was gonna be it. But dang, he's still losing subscribers. That is crazy. But let's see, when was the last time he uploaded? So he did upload the video I think he was talking on when he had got hacked. But the last time he uploaded a short video, let's see, description, it was in February. So yeah, February 7th. So that was the last time he had uploaded. I don't know. It's just, and that's the thing. I did say that in the video. I think the reason why he thought that he would have a success uploading shorts is because he's seen how successful I was uploading shorts. And I'm like, fam, that's the thing about the difference between my shorts and his shorts is that there's entertainment behind my short videos. Ain't nobody trying to watch like what, and I don't even really know. Hold on for a second. Let me go back and check and see what his short videos, or just some of his recent short videos. So one's titled, Which Do You Choose, Meta-Human? Which do you choose, Meta-Human? That's not even a proper sentence. Okay, next one, Which do you choose, Magical Genie? Is it like he's saying like, which do you choose, meta or human? And then it's like magical or genie, or I see that's, I'm like, I don't know. But anyways, I mean, he was pulling off some views with the short videos and stuff. What's his most viewed short video? Yeah, it's like the thing is this. that if I had to say, like, because I know, like, with shorts, it's very different than YouTube videos. Like, you get way more views uploading short videos than like your full length, just normal regular YouTube videos. And I'm thinking along the lines, like, he probably thought that he could upload those videos and it would just go unnoticed. But I'm like, fam, that's what you have to understand, that you're underneath the spotlight right now. You know, it doesn't matter whether you upload shorts. It doesn't matter if you upload full-length videos. It doesn't matter if you upload on your secondary channel, TikToks, Instagram. What else? You know, like posting on social media and things. It don't matter. Like, you're underneath a spotlight right now. Like, you, besides, the thing is this, besides this Cinebear stuff, there's all these other different things that's coming out about him. And I'm like, fam, like, just the recent, and I'm actually surprised nobody hasn't really came out and talked about that in no video. But I guess I heard something along the lines, I don't know if it's true or not, but the person that told me this, they have yet to lie about any other things that they done told me. And so, and a lot of the stuff that they told me has checked out. But anyways, because they show proof, they show evidence. But with this situation, I think it's like, it's brand new, fresh and all that stuff. And I've kind of like mentioned it here and there. But anyways, so I guess he had SH'd some random guy. I don't know who the guy is, but yeah, overall, he harassed a guy in a explicit way and stuff. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on my podcast, because I know, like, this stuff gets uploaded to YouTube, and I know YouTube trips about stuff, so that's why I'm like, I'm just I think a lot of people know what SA is, but no, he SH'd a guy. And that's all that I heard. So that's why I'm like, I'm gonna wait until I start seeing some videos maybe coming out. Maybe the person that was involved, or people that know the individual that was involved may come out and talk about it. Or I don't know, they might have a more reliable source to talk about. I don't know. But overall, that's what I heard. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, and that's the thing. I don't know if this was before or after. If this was before the Cinebear stuff, then I'm like, fam, I just don't get, like, you're making all these different mistakes leading up to this Cinebear video, and you just didn't see the signs. Like, the thing is this, I might have my moments where I'm a little bit on the blind side, but that's usually when I'm watching the movie The Blind Side, or if I have my glasses off. But jokes aside, I don't think I've ever made no mistakes like how Just a Robot has made. I'm like, the thing is this, and just with just some of like the things, like the VidCon stuff, for an example, if people don't want to be bothered with me, I accept that. That's usually something that I tend to notice, and I don't even let it be no argument, discussion, conversation. If I know that a person doesn't want to be bothered with me, I let them be. I leave them alone. Like, for an example, just recently, I'm telling you guys right now, I really don't have a clue, an idea. The only thing that I can assume is because that this individual got into a relationship. So I know that that's how some people operate. That's how some people are, and they get into a relationship. They can't really be cool with the opposite sex. I can respect that. That's your lifestyle. That's how you want to live. That's how you very well can live, But anyways, the part that tripped me out about the whole situation was, so yeah, there was an individual, I would say that I was close. Well, I ain't gonna say I was close with them, but I would say that I was cool with them. Like, anytime when me and this individual would have a conversation, it was always laughs. It was always just cracking jokes, all that stuff. So I that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm trying to think, like, I never said any inappropriate joke. I'm trying to think, like, and that's something where I'm like, I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm being truthfully honest with you guys. I cannot remember a time where I say anything's inappropriate to them, because the same sense of humor I had with this individual is the same sense of humor I have with anybody that I meet and stuff. And if they be on some weird energy, then I'm going to be on some weird energy. That's just how it overall how it is with me when I'm being cool with somebody. I'm like, whatever energy they're on, I'm going to try to be on that same energy and stuff. So if they calm, cool, and collected, I'm going to be calm, cool, and collected. If they got like a wild personality, I'm going to have a wild personality. I try to be equal, like optimize my bringings to the friendship and stuff to whatever they're on and things. But anyways, so but no, overall I've talked on this before, where so are a Twitch streamer. I will say that much. I ain't gonna say the name or anything, but they are a Twitch streamer. So I seen that they were live, but I didn't see like no notification because usually they will post on social media when they go live and things. And so I'm like, oh, that's weird. I didn't see no notification. I'm like, oh, it's whatever, you know. I just wanted to just stop by because it had been a while since the last time I had talked to them and stuff. Like I hadn't really messaged them. I hadn't really joined their stream. Like I had a lot going on. And yeah, overall, because I'm trying to think, this happened. I think I took notice of it last year. But anyways, so no, I went to join their stream. All of a sudden, I seen I was banned, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, what happened? I'm like, hold on for a second, time out. Wait a minute. I'm like, I'm banned. I'm like, what did I don't remember saying anything crazy or doing anything crazy the last time I was in their stream. I'm like, because I would look at it as like they would have banned me if I did say something at the time being. They would have banned me right then and there. You know, that was one thing I'll say, and I think it's like that for all Twitch streamers. Somebody comes into your stream saying something crazy, it's like, yeah, you gonna get banned instantly and stuff. So that's the thing. Like, I don't remember saying anything crazy. I don't remember doing anything crazy. But then I started checking social media, and then that's when, you know, like when you search up a person's profile and nothing pops up, then that's when I realized, I was like, oh, I've been blocked and banned. I'm like, oh, dang. I'm like, all right, you know, and I'm like, all right. But that was the one thing about it, though, was that on Twitter, you can, even, and I don't know why it's like set up that way, but overall, like if you're blocked on Twitter, you can still view the person's profile. You just can't tweet out to them and stuff. And I think it was in their bio or something where I seen a name or a at name and things. I'm like, you know, must be the significant other and stuff. So I'm like, I don't know if that was on them to ban or block me, or if that was on the significant other to ban or block me. But I'm just gonna say this much: you don't have nothing to worry about. I'm not one of those people where if I see somebody's in a relationship, oh, I think it's the movies, and I could just interfere in a relationship, and then that's that. No, I'm like, I respect relationships because I expect people to respect the relationships that I'm in. I'm like, I'm not gonna have it. I don't want it to where like there ain't no guy talking to my girl or trying to get with my girl and things. So yeah, that's I'm like, I wouldn't do that to somebody else and put them through that same crap. But regardless of the fact, I'm like, yeah, you know, overall, I was banned or blocked, and I was like, still to this day, I'm like, that confuses the life out of me. I just don't get that. I don't understand that. But here's the thing, though, I respect it. You know, I left it alone. I'm like, hey, if that's what they wanted to do, I'm going to respect that. If our paths ever cross in the future, then I'm like, all right, you know, our paths cross and things. But it's one thing that I'm not going to do is be like, you know, oh, let me stalk them across social media, see what they're doing, see where they're at and all that stuff. And I'm like, nah, I just ain't got that type of time or energy. I got that type, you know, that time I'm going to be using to focus on myself. So seeing that, I was all like, yeah, you know, just even hearing about that situation, watching videos and stuff, and I'm like, man, you know, like just, and that's the thing, I'm like, all the different, because even I had finished up the reaction video today where he was like in, I don't know if he knew that he was being recorded. I don't think he knew that he was being recorded, but anyways, shout out to the YouTuber Kristen Nark, because he's the one that I reacted to. But anyways, it was some guy that was interviewing Just a Robot named A Space, where he was calling him out on a lot of different things. And yeah, you could just, like, I'm telling you, like, you can really tell the difference. It's like a night and day situation with Just a Robot. And, you know, you see where he's like, he has like help with his videos. And then you see when he doesn't have help in his videos, or when he's interviewing, or just overall getting involved with somebody. And then, yeah, it's like, it definitely showed. And it's just been showing a lot recently where he doesn't have the proper help. And I'm like, you shouldn't have been basing your career off of no stuff like that. I get that you have problems, but you're the one that decided to say, hey, I'm going to create a YouTube channel. I'm going to name it Just a Robot. I'm going to get into it with people. It wasn't like nobody. And that's one thing that I have been seeing with him a lot lately. And I'm like, fam, you come back. Don't mention, that's the thing. Do not mention not one single name in your, I guess, you know, to try to get the heat off of you and stuff. I'm like, nah, bruh. You need to, whatever it is that you're dealing with, you need to accept that stuff. And you just need to face it. and it's like you need to properly address it, not bring up no fart fetishes in a supposedly apology video and stuff. That's something that I've said before, and I'm saying it again. That response video wasn't no apology. So here's what Just a Robot, what I think what he should do, because I guess it could be videos going after like former friends. It could be a video going after me, and I'm like, fam, that's the thing. And I know people are probably wondering like, what would you do if that video, that August video, because my birthday, the funny thing is that my birthday is in August, and it would be a crazy, just, I don't know, like, I wouldn't know whether it was like just like, it's just kind of cringy, or if it would be a birthday treat just to have something to laugh about. But overall though, my birthday is on August 10th. And if he uploads a video on my birthday and it's a video about me, and I'm like, see, that's what I mean. It's like you're still trying to hold on to drama and continue on stuff. And I'm like, how is that turning out for you? I'm saying, like, yeah, nothing really happened between us when it came to the drama. It's like, I realized I wasn't getting anywhere with the situation. You were the only, you and your fans were the only ones that were sitting down watching the video, and I realized that, and I'm like, okay, well, why am I doing these videos? You guys, it ain't like I'm doing these videos for the public or for everybody else. Don't nobody care if I'm doing it just a, and that's one thing that I don't think he'll ever realize or understand. It's like, you need to really read between the lines, even when I'm doing this podcast, because I know he is listening to this podcast episode, and some of his fans are still going to be listening to this podcast episode. But you need to understand, besides the people that have it out for you, nobody cares about the name Just a Robot. And that's the thing. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but at the same time, who is really waiting for me to do a podcast episode talking about Just a Robot? Who's waiting for you to upload? Yeah, there's probably some of your fans that's going to be waiting to see what video you gonna upload, and they're all excited, and they're all like, man, I can't wait. I can't wait for August. I can't. And the thing is this. I'm like, I guess to any former, or not former, but current Just a Robot fan, it's something the words just can't really describe you guys. I'm like, this man done been through some crap. I mean, I get it. Like, there's people where, because I think even that one guy that I always mentioned that got into it with KSI, Gujan Daniel, I think he still had fans even after his whole situation. But because I remember when he would upload videos and it would get like just dislike rated, but he still would have some likes and stuff. And I think there was at times where people were saying like, the hate just needs to stop and things. But I'm like, I understand though. I guess with that situation, it's like a lot of the fans that would subscribe to Gujan Daniel was KSI fans. So yeah, it's something where I'm like, I don't think it's gonna work like that. But yeah, it's one of those things though where I'm like, getting back to if he does a video on me, I know people are gonna probably be all like, what would be my reaction or my response? I'm like, well, I think I'll save my reaction for the video. But overall, like, if I could just respond to it before the video even sees the light of day, it's gonna be a pointless video. Like, that's the thing where if you upload a video, and I'm not trying to say this in a threatening way, but I'm like, if you upload a video about me, all that really is a shout out for me, when you sit down and think about it. You, like, right now, you got a very negative spotlight on you, which means if you do a video praising something, people are going to hate it. If you do a video hating on something, people are going to praise it. That's how the internet works. It's one of those situations. That's something that I'm very heavy on right now, is reading between the lines. You need to really read between the lines if your next video is going to be about me, because all that's going to do, and that's something where I'm like to just even use as an example. So recently, a new Assassin's Creed game came out, Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's about the Black Samurai Yasuke, and then it's about, I don't think she's she's not an actual person, but it's also starring a woman, a female character and stuff. But anyways, a lot of people have it out for this for the Black Samurai and stuff. And I'm like, even though he was an actual real person, like he was an actual black samurai, like he served underneath, it was this guy, he was like the most powerful man in Japan and stuff. And he served him, like he served by his side, like he was a samurai, like he trained. I did research on this guy, like everything checks out, like he really was a samurai and stuff. So, but anyways, people have it out for him, and I'm like, what could he have possibly done to you guys? And then on top of that, it's a video game. But the thing is this though. So Elon Musk, he recently came out and he made some comments disrespecting Assassin's Creed Shadows. And it's funny because a lot of people don't like Elon Musk, especially right now, with him doing all these different things, where it's like he's just pretty much talking in Trump's ear, and he's telling him to do all these different things, and it's interfering with a lot of different people. It's like, fam, if you're wondering why your Teslas are being burned, destroyed, vandalized, and all this other stuff, it's like, yeah, because you're not a likable person right now. You wasn't even a likable person when you bought Twitter. And it's just so funny how both situations, even though it's different scenarios, but just the nature of it, it's one and the same almost. You look at Just a Robot and Elon Musk, like, people already didn't like them for past previous mistakes that they've made and stuff, and Elon Musk, like, even before he bought Twitter, there still was some conversations in the air where people didn't really like him as much and stuff, and I didn't really pay too much attention to it, like people not liking Elon Musk. I'm like, hey, yeah, he got a kid out there with a weird name, but I'm like, that's that man in his business, Then he buys Twitter. I would say that was a pretty big mistake that he made. It's like, you ruined the platform that didn't even need to be bought or whatever and things. But anyways, did that, had a lot of controversy surrounding that. Things decided to change the name. They ain't nobody calling it no X. But anyways, then with this whole situation, him getting in the mix with Trump, yeah, it's like now it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't want to come out and say it, but at the same time, it's like you're putting a target on your back when you're interfering with people's lives. Like, you're interfering with people's lives right now. Like, and I don't think he understands that. And that's just, switching gears back to Just a Robot. It's like you talked on something that has affected a lot of people, and that's the thing that Just a Robot doesn't understand, is that there are people out there that have came face to face with a groomer, with a pedophile, whatever you want to call it. And it's like, and it's one of those things where it's like, it's something that has affected them. It's something that has bothered them. It's something that they're probably having to go to therapy. Like, no, there was the one rapper that just recently came out with a song detailing his experience with a pedophile, and it was the rapper YG. He just recently came out with a song talking about his experience. And my thing is this, do you honestly think that it was a good idea to do a video defending? So, and this is overall like my response. This is like before he just, to remind you guys, do you honestly think that it was a good idea to do a video defending a groomer, a pedophile, whatever you want to call the girl, but at the end of the day, she was still having inappropriate conversations with a minor? Now, you may say, oh yeah, what she did was, it was wild, like, I can't remember, it was like, he just said, I think he was like, it's inappropriate. I'm like, no, fam, it is wrong. It is wrong. There is no way possible you can defend this girl. And I'm like, and that's the thing where I said this before, I remember in a video where I can't remember if I think I kind of just, said it, but I didn't make like a full-blown example. But no, I'm going to do that for the sake of this episode, where what would you have done if I did a video defending? And the thing is this, maybe, just maybe, if I would have done a video like that, maybe this Cinebear video would have never came out. Maybe I would have been the one getting a universal cancellation and things, because I'm like, man, I would have to say, I genuinely feel bad for Just a Robot. Like, just not, because the thing is this, like, yeah, the stuff that he did, it was just flat out dumb. I'm like, bro, you can't blame dyslexia, you can't blame autism, you can't blame absolutely nothing. That is you and your mindset. That's just dumb, bro. That's dumb. But it's like, seeing what he's going through, I'm like, dang, bruh. I ain't losing no sleep over it, but I'm just saying, I'm like, dang. I'm like, that's tough. I'm like, but anyways, moving on with my life. But no, overall though, but yeah, let's just say that I did do a video where I was defending EDP 445 or R. Kelly or P. Diddy. Let's just I more so reference EDP 445, but yeah, let's throw R. Kelly and P. Diddy in the mix. I think a lot of the stuff surrounding P. Diddy is allegations, but let's say I did a video defending him when that Cassie security camera video came out. How do you think that would have turned out for me? I'm like, she did in a way kind of fight back. If you go to the 5th second of the video, video, she put her arm up in the defense, so therefore she fought back. Then I'm telling you right now, I would get canceled behind that stuff. All right, let's say with R. Kelly, I'm like, the stuff that he's in prison for, I'm like, oh well, it's just allegations. I'm like, there's no concrete, we wasn't there to see it, so therefore he should be free. I would get canceled behind that stuff. I'm like, I cannot come out and defend P. Diddy. I cannot come out and defend R. Kelly, because there is no, you could just read the headlines and see there ain't no possible way of defending this. That's why they're in the situations that they're in right now. They have, not so much with P. Diddy, because his, when does his, hold on for a second, let me see when his case starts up. But with R. Kelly, on the other hand, it's he had a lawyer, he had somebody defending him, and look how that turned out. Man is in prison. I'm like, so it's one of those things where it's just, there ain't no possible way of defending that. But anyways, let's see when his case will start. They don't say. All right, let me just look it up, because I looked it on Wikipedia. But when does P Diddy's trial start? Sean Diddy Combs' trial on federal charges including trafficking. It's explicit. I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but anyways, and racketeering is scheduled to be May 5th, 2025. And I guarantee, and I promise you, if there is any evidence that can put this man behind bars, there's no possible way of defending him. So it's like, when, and that's something where it's like, if the evidence is there, you literally had the evidence in front of you. And my thing is this, like, you go and you do a video on, and that's the thing where when he would do videos on me, it wasn't no different than this Cinebear video. You're doing blind videos on me. You're talking on your experience with me, and you're trying to turn it into a full-length video. You're trying to have it where it's like, oh, because of this one little interaction I had with this guy, therefore, oh, I got it. Because, like, all right, so, and I think I might end up doing that, reacting. Did I react to the second video where I'd respond? I have to check that video out and things, the second video he did on me. But overall, though, it's like, you had one little interaction with me, and therefore it's like, oh, I know everything I need to know about this guy. I know everything. No, you don't. You knew me based off of how long was that video that I did, the defending reactors? Hold on for a second, let me go to my channel real quick and see how long that video was. Defending I could have just typed up reactors and that would have popped up. But anyways, the thing is, it wasn't even it was a 6 minute and 59 second video. So you knew everything you needed to know, to where it was required to make a whole video on me based off of 6 minutes and 59 seconds. And you knew everything you need to know about me to make a video. So yeah, I get it. You know, you were just overall responding to that video. But the funny thing is that that's something that I hear him say a lot now, that he tries to get in communication with the person prior before he does the video. Where was my invitation to a conversation? You know, at least then you could have possibly understood why I did that video. When the thing is this, and I did that where I talked on the difference between his defense video, him defending Cinebear, and my defense video defending people that do reaction videos. These people were just flat out getting hated on for no reason. Here it is. It's like, you got guys like Jinx, CJ So Cool, Tyrone Magnus, I'm Dante. I'm trying to think of some other people. Rashad the Reactor. What are some other people that were getting me? You know, where it's like, we're getting hated on simply because we want to entertain our fans. You know, and yeah, overall, yeah, there were some black people that were doing. There was also other races that were doing reaction videos. I don't know what nationality or race the one dude from the Real Rejects, I think his name is like Ryan Wright or Ryan something. But anyways, I don't know what, but he ain't black. There was this one dude, he had a stylish, like, Red Dead Redemption mustache. That guy was white. I'm trying to think of some other. I seen even where it was, there was this couple that were doing reaction videos. There was a couple of people I seen that were doing reaction, or like couples more so, that were doing reaction videos. Even the guy from the Real Rejects, his I remember it was like breaking news within the reaction community at the time being, he had a girlfriend, but they broke up. But she wasn't black. I think she was like Hispanic of some sorts. I don't know exactly what, but overall, well, yeah, there was other people besides black people that were doing reaction videos. But that's one thing I guess I can say, people ask, like, well, like, how could you possibly defend a black reactor? Like, what's so special about their videos? What's so special? Black people have and I'm not trying to disrespect anything about any other races. Everybody got their unique way of reacting, but black people, when we are reacting to stuff, like if you have it where we are reacting to magic, for an example, like somebody goes like a magician, he's holding a card, throws some smoke cloud up and the card is gone, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute, where'd the card go? Like, hold on, wait a minute, time out. Like, what? How did you? Nah, bro. Like, let me see your gloves. We grabbing our heads. We're looking like there ain't no way you just did that right now. And he's all like, check the inside of your shoe. I take my Jordan off and I look and the card's in my. I'm like, nah, bro. I ain't even feel the card in there. I'm like, how did you do that? I'm like, nah. So it's like we just got a funny and unique way of how we do reactions. We're very animated. We tend to act out a little bit in our reaction videos, but it's a genuine reaction. People are entertained by that type of stuff. It's like that's something where I'm like, just throughout the years of me being a content creator and then just seeing like that's something where I'm like, I don't talk on it enough, but just when the times where, hold on for a second, let me go to the audience thing, and then where's that tab where it lets you know all the different, having it where just naming off, besides the United States, in the past, let's just go for all the stuff, the different countries that watched me this year. So the second most viewed country that watched me is India, the United Kingdom, Nigeria, South Africa, Canada, the Philippines, Kenya, Germany, Australia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Ghana, Jamaica, Netherlands, Pakistan, Vietnam, France, Sri Lanka. I never even heard of that place. Trinidad and Tobago, United Arab Emirates, Bangladesh, Italy, New Zealand, Ethiopia, Sweden, Poland, Uganda. Wait a minute, did they have? No, that was Ghana. Okay, no, never mind. I was like, but no, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, Ireland. These are the countries that have watched my videos. Zambia, Mexico, Spain, Nepal, Belgium, Singapore, Romania, and prayers out to the people, because I think, wasn't it Singapore? Or it was like Bangkok. It was like somewhere over in Asia where it was like some people dealt with an earthquake. But yeah, prayers out to them people. But anyways, Romania, Namibia, I've never even heard of. Tanzania, I heard of them. Denmark, Switzerland, Burma, Norway, Austria, Botswana, Egypt, Finland, Guyana, I think, Israel. I'm saying, like, these are places that have watched my videos. That's something, look, I don't know if just a robot could relate to that, but I can. That's the thing, is this. It's been like that because I know a lot of people will say that, oh, that's probably because of your shorts, regardless of whether it's, because that's the thing. Just a robot always had it out for any video that I did, whether it was a short, because with the last video he did on me, he tried to disrespect the shorts. But I'm like, fam, people are interested in my content, okay? They leave comments laughing about my content. People sitting down as families watching my videos. That was something that I'll never forget. It was from a former friend of mine. But no, I just remember them taking a picture of their mom watching my videos. And their mom doesn't even look like the type that would sit around and watch my videos. But seeing that and things, and then having it where it was one of my friends, him and his dad was sitting down watching my videos. Like, I have people sitting together as families watching my videos. Do you honestly think that there are people sitting together as families watching your videos? That's something that you honestly have to sit down and think about. I can say that, and then just even talking on my content creating career, there's nothing to change. There's absolutely nothing to change. The thing is this, I can go on another 10 years doing reaction videos, shorts, gaming videos, add thousands of more videos underneath my belt. Have it where I gain another 100,000 subscribers, another million subscribers, and that's the thing that I am going to be proud of all of this stuff that I've achieved throughout my content creating career? Can you genuinely say that you're going to be proud of your content creating career? Like, that's something that I would like to know. That's something that I would genuinely like to know. An honest answer without having to get your, I don't even think they're roommates anymore. According to the source that told me about the SH situation, yeah, just a robot and his roommate, they're not even living with each other. Most likely he ain't even in the, if his roommate ditched him, I imagine his girlfriend probably ditched him too. But anyways, but it's like, is that something that, you know, the day I guess you decide to have kids, do you want them to know of your content? I'm saying, like, that's something where the day you have kids, or if you do decide to have kids and then they go to school and then they're telling their friends, oh yeah, my dad's a YouTuber, and your kid's friends watches your videos, they're gonna be like, fam, that's your dad? Wait a minute. And you know what? You know what's gonna be so funny is that there is going to be a kid, all right, that's gonna be like, wait a minute, he got into it with the one YouTuber where what's that guy's name? TMossBoss. No, yeah, he got into it with him some time ago. Oh yeah, your dad sucks, man. I'm like, that's something. I'm like, nah, that would be sad. That would be, I would genuinely feel bad for your kid, bro, if he has to go through that. My thing is this, with your videos, if you do decide to have kids, you're setting your kid up for failure. Your kid's gonna get bullied. That's something that I'm like, my thing is this, while you still have time, change. Like, it's funny how he tried to project that on me so much, and I was like, throughout my career, I just didn't want nothing to do with them. But I'm like, to finally flip the tables on you, to finally use your own words against you, was more so his fans and stuff. But anyways, but overall, like, that was something that I think both him and his fans always would say, oh, TMossBoss got to change his attitude. No, you have to change your attitude. You have to change your ways. The thing is this, when you see the content that I do, that's content that I know is going to, like, it's going to make it on YouTube. Gaming content, reactions, what else? You know, music, comedy skits, voiceovers, stuff like that. I'm like, that's gonna be the stuff that's gonna be on the front page of YouTube. Your videos, on the other hand, yeah, it's going to be on the front page of YouTube, but people talking about it, people laughing about it. My thing is this, if you do have kids, your kid ain't gonna tell nobody that their dad's a YouTuber. I'm just saying, like, if I'm your kid, I'm like, I'm not telling nobody that information. I ain't even gonna tell my close friends of that information. I don't want nobody to find that out. So I don't know, unless you do like some face videos where you're showing your face, and I'm like, then yeah, at that point, you are just setting your kid up for failure. I'm missing a Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre match. I'm going to go ahead and call it with this episode. But yeah, I'm like, just a robot change. That's all that you need to do. Don't be worried about me. Don't be worried about trying to get back at other people. That file that you say you have where it's about all these different content creators, delete that. Delete whatever videos you working on if it's just going to start up some drama, okay? Start fresh. You have a chance. If your video in August is about something negative, you might as well wave goodbye to your channel. All right, so anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.